In the pantheon of American gangsters, names like Capone, Luciano, and Lansky echo with chilling familiarity. Their stories are woven into the fabric of our criminal lore, titans who carved empires from illicit ventures. Yet for every famous kingpin, there were figures just beneath the surface, men whose power was vast, whose wealth was staggering, and whose ends were shrouded in whispers. One such man was Abner Longy Zwillman, often called the Al Capone of New Jersey, but his legacy was far more complex. Born in Newark in 1904, Zwillman's early life mirrored many ambitious youths in immigrant communities. The streets were brutal, but he learned fast. Sharp mind, sharper instincts, running dice games and protection rackets before he was 20. Then came Prohibition in 1920, the law that banned liquor but created fortunes for outlaws. While America went dry, the underworld flowed rich with bootleg whiskey. Zwillman saw opportunity. Even as a teen, he wasn't just daring, he was visionary. New Jersey's coastlines made it perfect for smuggling. He built one of the most efficient bootlegging networks on the East Coast. Liquor poured in from Canada, distributed through speakeasies stretching across the state. His crews were disciplined, ruthless, and loyal. Zwillman believed violence was useful only when strategic power was better maintained through alliances. He forged ties with Jewish mobsters like Meyer Lansky and Bugsy Siegel, helping form what became the National Crime Syndicate. When Prohibition ended, Zwillman didn't collapse like others. He evolved. He listened to Lansky's wisdom. Diversify. Go legitimate where possible. He moved into jukeboxes, vending machines, trucking, and linen supply. Real businesses that hid legal profits. By the late 1930s, he wasn't just a gangster. He was a businessman with political influence. The transformation was stunning. By the 1940s and 50s, Zwillman was a civic figure, donating to charities, especially Jewish causes. He mingled with politicians, judges, and police chiefs, buying protection through contributions. He lived lavishly, married a showgirl, and earned the nickname the Baron for his tailored suits and elegant style. Default text, but the whispers never vanished. Those who crossed him still disappeared. Behind the gentleman's handshake was the same man who once ruled Newark streets. For decades, he held court among mobsters, mediating disputes and controlling empires. He was considered one of the most powerful Jewish mobsters in America, Lansky's equal in intellect and reach. Then came the McClellan Committee in the late 1950s, a Senate body investigating racketeering. Zwillman tried to stay invisible, but he was too big to ignore. In 1959, he received a subpoena to testify. Testifying meant revealing secrets that could destroy both the mob and corrupt politicians. Refusing meant contempt and ruin. He was cornered. On February 26, 1959, just hours before his scheduled appearance, Abner Zwillman was found dead in his West Orange mansion, hanging from a rafter by a plastic clothesline. The official story: suicide, driven by IRS troubles and investigations into jukebox rackets. But doubts surfaced immediately. Police found bruises on his wrists, signs he'd been tied before hanging. Journalist Martin Gosch later quoted Lucky Luciano, calling the suicide claim nonsense. Luciano said Zwillman's killers had trussed him up like a pig before stringing him up. Many believed the mob silenced him, fearing he'd break under Senate pressure. Whether sanctioned by Vito Genovese's family or quietly approved by Lansky himself, the message was clear: no one survives knowing too much. Abner Longy Zwillman, the bootlegger turned baron, met the same fate he'd long avoided: a violent end in silence. His fortune lingered, his death unsolved, and his legend sealed as one of organized crime's most mysterious disappearances. Abner Longy Zwillman's death closed one of the darkest chapters in New Jersey's underworld, but the truth behind that plastic clothesline still hangs in the air. Was it suicide? Or the syndicate cleaning house? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you love uncovering the secrets behind America's hidden crime empires, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. There's more history buried in the shadows.